Hi, I'm Kimi. I'm going to do a presentation as a young artist and talk about my recent project. And for introduce myself first, uh, my name is Kimi, and my Chinese name is Rui Zhezhao, and I'm born in Hebei province, China. And there are a little city named Cangzhou, where is my grandparents' home is, and I born in that city. Since my parents were in Beijing, I stayed in Cangzhou with my grandparents till I was 2 years old. Then I went back to Beijing for kindergarten and primary school and the like education things. But because my grandparents is so worried about me, so they often come to Beijing, accompany me for every once in a while. And in this way, I finished my kindergarten, primary school, middle school, and high school in Beijing. When I was in high school, I prepared for going to university in UK. Like why I decided to study abroad because I had a chance to go to America in my middle school, and I just feel like the environment, like the cultural things I really like I feel so free and in the American, and but I really like theater things and kind of art things. So I want to try to study in UK. So I prepared for like going to university in UK, and I first completed foundation course when I came to UK, and then I chose theater design as my graduate study in Wimbledon College of Arts, which is a college belong to the University of Arts London. And after graduating from the college, I decided to apply for the postgraduate course related to theater because uh, I really like theater things and like the feeling of staying in theater or making a theater to shows my friend, like making a theater design or like something related to that. So like I choose the course now, like I went to Coventry University and where I am now, and in the course named collaborative theater making. And actually here is a little step by step of myself. Here is I born in Cangzhou, and then I go to Beijing for kindergarten, primary school, middle school, high school, and then I went to UK, London for foundation and undergraduate, and then I come to Coventry for postgraduate. Here is my little routine. And actually, because my relationship with my grandparents is very deep, like my grandparents were because my parents was very busy, so I was brought up by my grandparents. After I was 2 years old, like I went to Beijing, and my grandparents come to Beijing to take care of me most of the time. And during the holidays, I would go to visit them and live with them. I seldom went back to China when I go to studying in UK. I have seen my grandparents a lot less these years, and it's hard to spend time as it's hard to spend time with them like I was a kid. So I always I always miss them very much, and when I am in UK, I feel like I am getting older and they are getting older. I can't help thinking sometimes, like, what should I do if they died? Like, these questions. Like, I have never experienced the death of loved one. Even growing up, I rarely heard the word death. So I always feel so sad when I thinking things such like this. I didn't know what kind of mood and states I should be into the face to future when this happens. Or sometimes I I always think, like, what if I just died, or I just died tomorrow, or so this is always a question in my heart. And I've been doing a research about face to death, which is a quite common topic for people's lives. And death can bring negative feeling and emotions for people. Therefore, I plan to take care of psychological analysis for the treatment of death for people. Some deaths are deathbed to witness the natural cycle of life, old age and death, emotionally speaking, and acceptable within expectation, and often accompanied by sadness, is people's treasure of life. It's not a frequency intensive loss, and in general, it doesn't need too much intervention. How to adjust one the difference according to the death education that each person has received. Thus, I plan to talk about some performance of psychological analysis on the treatment of death. At first, it is about anxiety in the face of natural death. Natural death is the normal phenomenon for people being. There are plenty of methods to deal with this type of anxiety. For instance, people can obtain comfort through the continuation of life. For most people who do not have religious belief, the circular belief is an ancestor worship, which is a belief that the dead have mysterious, non-natural forces. So they will worship their ancestors and look forward to their children and grandchildren. They hope that life can be continued through the inheritance of generations. This is the way of most people to deal with death and obtain balance and comfort. The other type of method is deal with the anxiety is obtaining peace through religion. In the face of death, some people will believe in the religion, trust in the afterlife, obtain inner peace, and completed different rituals and to bid farewell under the framework of different religions. The third type of dealing with anxiety is reducing fear of building intimacy. In the materialistic world, when a person's heart starts to stopping beat, the individual consequences will not longer exist. There will be no regrets for the for the lost life, and they will not feel the pain of parting with the relevance. Although death means disappearing, the the flu the fluctuating influence of the deceased on other will not appear. The loneliness of death cannot be avoided. We can reduce the fear of death by building close relationship. These three types of methods are about dealing with anxiety when people face to death. Another reason why people are afraid of death is that death means the end of memory. No matter how wonderful is the life in front of you, there will be no memory left after death. Since no matter how good is the life is, it will be forgotten finally. Why pursue happiness? This is why many people feel empty in their lives. I think that although the road of life can only be passed once, footprint can be left on the road to guide for future generations. If footprints are left deep, they can be left for longer time. Second, everyone knows that they will die, but no one really believes that they will. Ordinary people can't feel the fear of death until they're dying. If the person can really accept the fact that he will die at any time, many people will not be in a state of ignorance and will not be so ambitious. I believe many people in the class will say to live is to die. I believe that those who say this also know that their view is negative, but it is undeniable that death is a part of life. But the meaning of life is not for death. Moreover, death is not necessarily the end of life. It can also be the starting point of life. In the face of death and desire, the most beautiful and sculpturally aspect of human nature is realistic. When you face the death, you will find that the original time passes so fast. You will feel that you are back to the beginning of life, and you will find that everything around you will attack you as much as when you first saw it. This kind of attackation, you start to have a strong sense of time, and precisely because you know that your life is coming to end, what you want to say more, what you want to keep more, you start to find the beauty of life, you start to not give up. So only when you face death will you really know how to cherish and start to want to have. However, how to treat to death correctly is effective method to face to death in people's life. Face to the anxiety and the fear of death, in fact, it exists in our childhood. Many people's death anxiety comes from never playing their potential or failing to realize their dreams, or regretting that they have never worked hard. When they suddenly wake up at certain moment in their lives and life is bound to die, they find that there are too many things they haven't done and they explored with anxiety. But many people don't know the source of their anxiety, and even if they do, they don't know how to face to it. Different age and different living conditions have different life conditions. So the understanding and attitude towards death are also different. Therefore, there is not correct attitude towards death. If a correct standard has to be set, the calm is correct. How to be calm? Say something that may cause consequences. You think you should die at the right time. That is to become in the face of death. Many people naturally question people should face death optimistically and enjoy life that may anytime. How can they thinking that they should die? Please note that it is a right time or right now. I think life is like enjoying a play. If you are devoted to watching a play, no matter whether the plot is happy or sad, you will be willing to continue to watch it and do not want to play to the end at once. But the play can never be finished. Maybe when you are constantly looking forward to the plot, you hope the play will never be finished, just like you're full of plans for the future life, hope never died. However, if we're thinking about rationally, the infinite development of drama will surely be tasteless and meaningless. So there should be an end to the drama and an end to life. The difference between life and drama is that you can't judge exactly when your life drama will come to an end. But you can control this length with a certain range. For example, by taking care of your body, by paying attention to your safety, and you can roughly control this length in the decides to 100 years. However, there are many unaccepted situations that you can't predict. So as long as you enrich your life and live every day, no matter when death comes, you will enjoy a good play before you die. But the drama is identifiably not a complete drama when it comes to the end. There must be preparation stage for the development of drama. Of course, it's better not to die in this stage, but people can fully enjoy the fun life brings to you in the preparation stage. When they enjoy life, they can only constantly prepare for the good drama later, so that they will not stay even if they died young. So many regrets, even if they live for 100 years, will be repeated. In summary, the correct understanding of death can help us to avoid fear, panic, and avoidance when we talk about death, because we have learned that death is just a psychological process of life, which does not mean that everything is over. In the face of death, don't be pessimistic. If we can seize the opportunity, we can even prove our life level in death. In the period from death to reincarnation, a person has at least several opportunities to liberate, become a Buddha or go to the paradise. If he can master the secrets of death, he can get relief. Even if you don't become a Buddha or die, you can also freely incarnate into the world, get full of time, and then further practice so as to get relief. If people master the neck, they will not only rely on the past karma, involuntarily incarnate. But if people don't know the nature of death, they will miss all opportunities again and again. With the attraction of karma, people can't control the situation at all. So it's very important to learn the nature of death. Therefore, every person requires facing to death as the correct method, and it will reduce the anxiety or pressure about it. And I've done all this, and I have said all of this, but I still feeling so complex. I think I know all of this, but I still feel like I will never know until I experience this. Where will I be in I actually meet it? What would I think? What would I do? I knew it facing death was an inevitable lesson in my life, but anyway, I still want I could face it later and later. Like, I still wanna stay with my grandparents longer and longer and stay in this world longer and longer. This is all of my presentation. Thank you for watching, and thank you.